Hi everyone, how are you? I hope it's going really well this week. The weather's been so fall-like and it's kind of nice. But it's freezing in the morning. I called my dad today on the way to school and complained about the weather, and it was 1 degrees where he lives. So I think that was the dad way of saying, don't say another word. So I shut up promptly. But anyway, I just want to touch base with you as we're heading into the moment when the PSA assignment is like knocking on the door. I mean, it is here. The due date for everything is Monday the 10th. And so I want to make sure that you have your head on straight about what's due when and how we're doing everything. So I'm going to go over the due date. I'm going to go over and remind you about the PSA module so that you can go and look at the guidelines and the rubric and make sure you have everything on track. And then I want to tell you how to submit everything to Canvas and also to the discussion board. And I'm going to wrap it up with a little bit of extra credit. You're welcome. So let's get started. So first of all, when in doubt, always go to modules right here. Boom. And I want you to scroll down through modules. After week 1 is the PSA module, just as a reminder. So if you go past week 1, here it is, the Public Service Announcement Project, mandatory to pass class. Really important. So this has an overview of the assignment. It has an outline template for you to put your speech together, what needs to be covered. Don't forget the slogan. That's something that people often forget. So don't forget to have a really good slogan. There's a storyboard template. So the storyboard template is great because it really helps you plan what shots you're going to shoot so that you're very efficient when you get out there and you're making your actual PSA video. So you can just click on this document right here and it'll tell you exactly how to do that. So let's go back to modules. We'll go all the way down again. And it also has some examples. So don't forget to look at the examples of the presentations in terms of how to really set up your room when you're filming your whole presentation. So you've got the PSA video, and then you're going to set up your video of your presentation where you're going to play your PSA video at some point in your speech, whatever is appropriate. And then you're also going to use a PowerPoint, and you're also going to talk and give a speech. And that's for a couple of reasons. One is adult learning theory. People like to hear it, see it, put their hands on it, right? So you're going to be showing us your PSA. You're going to use your PowerPoint to give us more information, because when you look at the time requirements, you'll see that the presentations themselves aren't very long and you have a lot to cover. So the PowerPoints help you put additional information on the slides that you're not going to say, because we can read them for ourselves, right? So you want to make sure that you're giving us information from all different directions, and that's what the PowerPoint is really good for. The other thing also is that when you're filming this, it's really important to learn and to review how to frame your video. So that way I can see your audience members. I want to make sure that you're meeting that requirement. That 3 to 7 members in your audience is really important. And so make sure that you're reaching that deadline. Now, you might have already set it up with your friends, your family, your kids, whoever's going to come and watch, and that's amazing. Every once in a while, just be prepared that every once in a while you really lock down your audience and then they bail. So take a breath. It's okay. I know that sounds awful, right? But look, first of all, it's all going to work out. Second of all, if you go in and you set up a free Zoom account and just get that set up and get familiar with it, then if that were to happen, email me immediately and I'll send the word out to try to get some people to log in virtually and help you with your speech. We've got all the people in our class. We've got all the people in the other class. We've got so many people in these 2 classes that it's unbelievable. And if people will pitch in and help each other, it won't be a problem at all. Okay, and if I'm available, I'll sit in and watch, okay, if it comes down to it. So I don't want you to worry about that too much, but I do want you to have a backup plan in case that's what happens. So really review that information. The other thing that's happening is a couple of people have scheduled time in the library study rooms, and they're going to record their speech in the study room because it's a great setup. And if you wanted to do that, I can post when you're going to be there. And that way, if you wanted to go sit down on somebody else's speech and then you could all take turns and just be the audience for each other, that's another thing that classes have done. And we have a couple people that are planning on doing that. So if you're someone that would like to do that, let me know. Schedule that time in the library. Do it tomorrow, Friday, so that you can film over the weekend. And I'll send out that information to everybody and let them know that you're going to be doing that. It's a good way to share the burden of having an audience and really support each other. So let me know. It's just good to have options so that when the time comes, it's not a problem. Okay. Don't worry. As long as you have a backup plan, it all goes really smooth. The PSA assignment is a great assignment. You're going to see that it's really great. And if you scroll down here, just a reminder that there's some examples from some really great speeches and presentations from a former class. You can go and look at that and see how they framed everything and how they handled it with the PowerPoint. And that'll give you a reminder of how you can do it. All right. Does that help? I hope so. But yeah, that audience thing is a thing. So just keep me posted if there's any issues and we'll work it out. It all gets worked out as long as you plan ahead. Okay. All right. So we're going to scroll down to right in between week 5 and week 6, and you'll see that there's the PSA presentation and video project submission module. It's right here. It's right here. So on February 10th, you're going to submit things in 2 different places. First of all, you're going to submit to the presentation and video files link, and that's for me, so I can grade you. All right, you want to get graded. So you want to click on that, and it kind of gives you an overview of what you're going to submit. So let me give you a few tips and tricks about doing that. So number 1, I can't stress enough how Canvas and MP4 files do not get along. They do not. I had some virtual office hours with Olivia this evening, and like she said, Canvas and MP4 files are in the termination phase, right? It's over. Canvas just doesn't accept them very much because unless you've compressed your video, the files are too big. And Canvas just goes, what? Because everyone's trying to submit at the same time and it's just a disaster. So I highly recommend that you submit your PSA video to YouTube and separately you submit your whole presentation that you've recorded with an audience to YouTube and you submit the links. It is the fastest and easiest way. It's drama-free when you do it that way. When you do MP4, it's not drama-free. It's drama-full. Okay, so I want you to remember that. And that's just a word of advice. The other thing as a reminder is that submitting with the app to Canvas with big assignments like this can sometimes be problematic. So try to get yourself to a laptop. And secondly, as you probably know by now, Apple and Canvas do not interface very well. Don't use Internet Explorer. Use use Chrome and Safari. Those are the best. Those are the best platforms to use for Canvas. But if you're trying to submit things through Apple product, it just sometimes it works and then it lures you in, and you think it's going to work next time, and then it doesn't. It's just too wonky. So try to avoid that if you can. I hope they're going to fix that. This is the second semester that it's been like that, and it really causes a lot of problems. So hopefully they're going to fix that. I'm sure they're working on it. But for now, the safer bet is to just use YouTube. Okay? Really, it's much easier, and it's not a problem. YouTube's already got it ready for you to embed or post a link. So here, as you can see right here, right in this section, these are the things that you're going to submit to the assignment that's worth 150 points in the submission module. Your video submission with the 3 to 7 audience members, that's your whole presentation. Your PSA video, your speech outline or a written speech, depending on how you decided to go, and your PowerPoint presentation slides. All 4 of those are going to be submitted to that link. Here's the thing. You cannot submit them all at once. You have to go back into the assignment and submit them one at a time. I know, I agree. It's a pain. However, it is what it is. We just have to face reality, let it burn, and that's how we have to do it. So you'll click on the assignment, you'll go to submit, and you'll submit your PSA. And then you'll go back into the assignment, and you'll do the next file, and the next file, and the next file. So you're going to submit 4 things to me in that link. The one that says 150 points, okay? So this is the assignment. This is how you'll do it, okay? And then what you'll do, let's go back to modules so I can tell you what happens in week 6. Then you're going to go to the discussion in week 6 on Monday, and you are going to submit to the discussion in week 6, which is the showcase, where we all get to see everybody's PowerPoint, or excuse me, everyone's PSA presentation, and it's really fun. So let me show you, because these really do turn out really great. They do. Another thing Olivia mentioned is that she's been reading the Words of Wisdom, and I highly recommend that you do that too if you just need a little bit of a boost. So here it is. Where's that? There it is. So you're going to submit your PSA, just the PSA, to the discussion, the showcase discussion. And so you're going to post that PSA so everybody can look at everybody else's. So you're going to do that by Monday as well. So you're going to submit the 4 items to the assignment on Monday by 11:59, and then you're also going to submit to the showcase discussion by 11:59 on Monday and respond to 2 other people by Wednesday. And that's how you do all of that. So feel free to rewind this and look at it again, or read the material however you need to get it clear in your head so that you have a timeline. Just know that you need to create a cushion for yourself so that you're not trying to submit everything at 11:50 and then Canvas goes crazy. Okay? It's just really important that you plan ahead and try to get that submitted. So the assignment itself is open now. So as soon as you're done with it and you're ready to submit, like, go for it. Just get it off your plate. Because next week we've got the showcase, which is super fun, and then you have the final. And after you're done with those things, you're done. So keep going. Keep going. You can do it. So now I want to talk to you a little bit about the extra credit opportunity. So number 1, if you dress for your speech, for your presentation, in front of your audience in business casual, like you're going to an interview, I'll give you 5 points of extra credit for dressing in professional attire. Now, guys, you don't have to wear a suit, and women, you do not have to wear a dress. I mean, it's 2020, okay? You can wear a pantsuit. Wear what you want as long as it looks professional and something that you would wear to an interview. And I'll give you 5 points of extra credit for that. All right, the other thing is next week there's a Words of Wisdom discussion board, and that's worth 10 extra credit points. Now, when you look at the extra credit assignment, it says that it's worth 1, but that's because I have to give it a point so that it will actually give you change your grade when I put the extra credit in. If I don't do it like that, then I have to wait till the very end in order to give you extra credit. It won't change your grade. That's another Canvas thing. It's another Canvas thing, which I've learned the hard way. But so right now there's 15 points of extra credit. 5, 5, 5, 5, 10, and 5 extra credit points that are available to you between now and the end of the semester. So I want you to think back. Maybe you missed a journal, or maybe you missed a couple points on the discussion because you were late, etc. These 15 points kind of take care of all those little bits and bobs that might have slipped through the cracks. And so that is available to you. So 5 points for dressing in professional attire, and 15 points if you write some words of wisdom to my future students to help them to help you talk them through speech 10. So I hope that gives you some insight into what's happening and what can really help you going forward. So review this. If you have any questions, let me know. The PSAs always turn out great. They always turn out great. So even though it feels like we're at crunch time, just keep pushing through. Everybody's done such a great job, and everybody's been so supportive of one another. So reach out for help, because we're all here to help each other finish strong. Ask me any questions that you have. Have a great time. Just have fun making it and putting it all together. I'll see you online. If you need to set something up with me, let me know, and we'll go like that. Okay? All right. Have a great night. Have fun with your PSA video and putting it all together. I'll see you online. All right. Bye.